Every football season brings highs.
Yes! Rock and roll!
And lows.
Every week, though. There's no excuse for that. Oh, no.
It's time to buy or sell.
And tell them to sell!
It's Texans Stock Up, Stock Down on the Drive with Stoerner and Hughley.
I pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Yes, sir. Lately, we've been having some wet Wednesdays. Not today, though.
That's right.
By the way, Thirsty Thursday will be on a Thursday. That is tomorrow at Buffalo Wild Wings in Spring. We'll get you that address a little later on because we got stocks to get to. We do it every Wednesday on the Drive. Do our best Wolf of Wall Street impression. We talk these Texans. And it is Week 14 for the Houston Texans. They're heading to Arrowhead to take on the Chiefs. That's what we're discussing with stocks today. We're on the show, Hughley. As I'm known to do, I want to get the negatives out of the way. Stock down for you, Ron, as the Texans head up to Kansas City.
I'm going to go stock down. I'm going to go Jalen Noel. Jalen Noel, I don't know what's happened. There was a moment where we thought he may take off and be a part of this team more. I don't know if he's practicing poorly. I don't think that's the case. But the last 3 games, my man got 2 catches for 16 yards. Last 3 games, 2 for 60. He's not even getting to Applebee's yet.
I forgot about that analogy.
And he's got 1 carry for 5 yards.
Applebee's has rats!
He seems to be the definition of stock down. It seems like his, whether it's him or just the decision that they're going in a different direction. He went from arguably being the big play guy for the offense in the middle part of the year there to just non-existent and not getting a lot of snaps, not playing. He has become the punt returner is what he has become. So Jalen Noel, who I thought at one point, Higgins, he was the one, the rookie receivers that was showing a lot of promise. And now he's just not a major part of this offense. I'll go Jalen Noel.
That's a good one. The return game is awfully nice, but yeah, that's a good one. It's just like you just can't put your finger on why. You know what I mean? Boy, you'd think he'd be a bigger.
I'm not even blaming it on him. It just isn't.
Agreed. I mean, every time he gets an opportunity, he makes plays. It's just the reality of it is it's not. People aren't able to see that often enough. I'm going with. It's tough this week, to be completely honest with you, because there's some pretty good stuff going on both sides of the football. But it came down for me between Henry To'oTo'o and Blake Fisher. And I'm going to talk about Blake Fisher a little bit later on, so I'm going to go with Henry To'oTo'o. I think Henry is doing fine, but it seemed like last week when we lost Azeez Al-Shaair for a few plays, it seemed like E.J. Speed slid over into that communicator on the defense, which is who Henry To'oTo'o was last year. Now, that may be, which I would think is the decision I would make, the move I would make is let Henry just keep doing business as planned, and you move E.J. into where he gets more reps and he's the vocal part of it. But based on what I know, last year, that was the guy that moved to the middle. That was the guy that was a communicator. Last year, when they were healthy, they were the main 2 backs. Now they're trickling E.J. Speed in there some for Henry To'oTo'o. So I'm going to go stock slightly down for 39. Not a major deal, not a worry, not a big concern, but I'm having a hard time finding one, and I'm going to go Henry To'oTo'o at 39, stock down.
It is Stock Up, Stock Down live on the Drive. Do it every Wednesday right around 3:30 p.m. Got the Texans heading to the Chiefs. We got the negatives out of the way. The stock downs are done with. Time to focus in on that positive. Best part of the segment. We're on the show, Hughley. Texans, Chiefs, Sunday Night Football. Stock up for these Texans in your eyes.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of places you can go. I see people texting in a lot of places where they're going. As I see our guy Ocho has Higgins as his stock up. A lot of places you can go. I'm going to go Jalen Petrie. Jalen Petrie, who has missed, he's the other one. We know that CJ missed several games. Jalen Petrie also missed several games with the concussion, and he ain't playing no games, baby. He got that protector on his helmet. I don't blame him. Why not? But we all know what his bugaboo is and what his definite flaw is in his game. And I'm telling you, there was some concerns of, ooh, boy, he's Josh Downs in him in the slot. That's a concern. That's the best I've ever seen Jed Petrie since he's been here in coverage. He made big-time plays in coverage. He was really, really good. Now, Josh Downs made a couple of plays, and they weren't all on him. But there were big moments where you could see there was a big third down that he broke up, where he was step for step with him in the slot with a two-way go. So Jalen Petrie, for what he was able to do in terms of being in coverage, which has definitely been an issue for him since he's been here, I was very, very impressed Sunday in a tougher matchup with Josh Downs. They sometimes slide other receivers in the slot, and I thought Jalen Petrie was really, really good.
Yeah, I mean that's a good one. That's a good one. On my stock up tee, I'm going to go with Miles Bryant. I don't know that his stock's ever been higher. The head coach is going in there talking about he's the most trustworthy, dependable player on the defense, and if he's going to put anybody in there at any position, it's going to be Miles Bryant. And then you look at kind of how he's been challenged. I mean, we're going through safeties, whether it's by choice or by injury. We're going through safeties left and right. Miles Bryant, I think, makes him comfortable with whether it's injury or having to part ways with guys. I think Miles Bryant makes him comfortable knowing that, if Jalen Petrie's out, which, knock on wood, hopefully he's not anymore, but he was with the concussion. Boom, Miles Bryant jumps in there. I think his ability to play multiple positions, to do some Jalen Petrie type stuff in terms of belling back into coverage and rolling down and playing around the line of scrimmage and playing a nickel defender and kind of helping them disguise some things. I think he's done a tremendous job with that. And so I'll be honest with you, I don't know if there's a stock higher right now, or maybe not higher, but one that has climbed as much as Miles Bryant has this year. This defense has not missed a beat. And like I said, they've been through several safeties, and they've spent time without one of the more vocal players, one of the better players, one of the best players in the defense, Jalen Petrie, and he's played a part in filling in for every one of those guys at one time or another. So I'm going with Miles Bryant on that defense, man. Stock up, stock through the roof right now.
Yeah, both in the secondary. You ain't lying, though. I mean, it seems like D'Amico can't wait to start talking about Miles Bryant.
Yeah.
And everything he brings to the table. And he has been big, right?
Well, he
lost another safety.
Yeah, with the Reed injury this week, I mean, shoot, here we go again, back in the mix.